His name Parag is Poland. Our father's name was Poo or flower. And truly, the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree. Shakespeare and Garland is how we grew up. And my father told me that that's how he was raised by his father. So this is just something that's in the blood. And poetry was very special because our father, who was fluent in Farsi and Urdu, used to have these mushairas, which is a gathering of poets at our home and also at other homes. But these are memories that we have treasured, which makes it very appropriate for us today to have Shikha Poddar, who I just connected with, soulmate. We just met her at the party first time, but she will be bringing us Urdu poetry, and I think of this as a little tradition that we've continued, even though Papa's not been here for the last 40 years. But thank you for doing that.
I would start by saying that I think Paragji's lost it. After all the dance, he's put me here to talk in Urdu and Hindi to this crowd that doesn't understand Urdu or Hindi. But I will try my level best to bring the poetry. And as Aarti said, it's mushaira. If I put it in plain words, it's like a poetry slam, but it has a certain way of going about it. So I would like to indulge all of you to go with me of how it's supposed to be done. Imagine that we're sitting here in an emperor's court and we are all poets, and one comes after the other and recites a poetry. So what you're supposed to do is, there are two words that you need to know. The poet who's reciting says ijazat, which means I seek your permission to recite. The crowd says irshad, which means go ahead, I give you the permission. So can I have all of you here once say irshad, so I know you all got the word? Irshad. All right, I got your attention, good. So I'll start with something that they always say about Ghalib. I mean, it's 2025 and we're really discussing a poet from 1797. And he's put me to do it. I mean, I'm under 50. So, but I'll try. I will really try. I love Mirza Ghalib. He is an exceptionally great poet. He's like our own Shakespeare. He is very, very popular because he is the most quoted poet in the world. Also, he is exemplary with the use of words that he does. He's also there, as they call it, a maghrur poet, which is an arrogant poet. He really doesn't care whether you understand him or no. So one of his very famous shares is, and I will translate it for you after I've read it. So, ijazat? I didn't hear you, sorry. That's it. So, na sataish ki tamanna, na sataish ki tamanna, na sile ki parwa. Na sataish ki tamanna, na sile ki parwa. Agar nahi hai mere ashar mein mani, to na sahi. So it's like, I will say and write what I want to. If you don't understand it or you think it's not good enough, to write for you. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to do what I have to do. Again, so he was an arrogant poet. He was, of course, he used the words very, very nicely. Urdu scholars take time translating what he's written. People talk about it all the time. He had a great sense of humor. So the two stories that I've picked tonight is one of Ghalib's sense of humor and another one of how well-versed he was as a poet. Another very good thing about Ghalib that most people don't know why he's so popular is because he ended most of his shares with questions. Kyun, kahan, why, what, and he left it to the reader. Go ahead now. Just have at it. Try to figure out what he said. He really doesn't care. He wrote what he wrote. So one of the stories that I've picked tonight for you guys is a very interesting story. He lived most of his life in poverty. He didn't have too much money. He was one of the poets for the last Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar's court. And since he always borrowed money, one of the money lenders actually went to court and said, this guy owes me money but he's not paying. So the judge asked, do you owe him money? Ghalib being Ghalib, his sense of humor, his wittiness, he replied back not by saying yes or no. He replied back with a couplet, with the shade, with the poetry. So this is the poetry that he said. Again, ijazat? So he said, कर्ज की पीते थे मैं, कर्ज की पीते थे मैं, और समझते थे कि रंग लाएगी हमारी फाका मस्ती. So he said, I was drinking with borrowed money and thinking in this whole life of adversity that I'm living in such a cheerful way, somewhere I will get some fruits. I don't know what, but I was. The judge heard the couplet. He loved the couplet. This is the time that people loved poetry. And he said, this is admission of guilt. Yes, you owe him money. You have to pay him money. But he loved the couplet so much that the judge paid the moneylender from his own pocket. That was one of the stories that I picked tonight. Another very good story that I picked tonight for you guys was, so again, Ghalib was a poet in Bahadur Shah Zafar, the last Mughal emperor's court. But there was another poet in that court called Zauq, who was very close to Bahadur Shah Zafar. The emperor always regarded Zauq as his teacher, his guru, and looked up to him more. So they say one time Zauq was going in the market in his carriage and Ghalib was standing there and he just taunted him. And he said this one line, and he said, Bana hai shay ka musahib, Bana hai shay ka musahib, hire hai itrata. Which basically literal translation means just because he's the emperor's favorite, he walks with this air and arrogance. Just because he's the emperor's favorite. It's not like he has anything in him. Now Zauq heard this and he did not like it. So like a school child who's not the backbencher, he ran back to the emperor and said, you know, I was going through the market and this is what Ghalib said and I don't appreciate it. Now Bahadur Shah Zafar, the emperor, is like, how dare he do this to my guru, to my teacher? I think he's amazing. He called Ghalib and said, please come to my court. And I just heard that you recited this line and you taunted. And he said, no sir, I did not taunt.